Well, this is the BMW i7 and it has been in our long-term fleet for nearly 2 months, and over these days we have been able to drive it in various conditions, even in bad traffic, great expressways, and I've also had the fortune of being in the back seat. But most importantly, over the next few minutes I'm going to tell you what are the pros and cons of the BMW i7 and is it worth going in for when you also have the petrol and the diesel 7 Series on sale. Now let's get the elephant out of the room first, and that's the design. Yes, it's not a car that you can fall in love with at first sight. This massive grille loaded with chrome, well, it's not up to everyone's taste. And frankly, it is a design that grows on you with time. And like I said, I've had it for almost 2 months. I feel better about it, but do I like it? No, I still don't like the way, I can't say I love the way the i7 looks up front. But yes, beyond this grille, if you look at the illumination part on the grille, that looks really cool at night. The sleek DRLs, the headlamps and these wing patterns given on either side give it a sharp look. Beyond that, keep in mind it's a very long car, almost 5.4 meters long, almost 2 meters wide. I mean, this car has such a massive road presence that it feels as if a naval carrier is just moving along. And as long as you do not get into the details of that front and you enjoy the kind of road dominance this car gives you, well, I think the i7 makes good sense. Just like the exterior, once you step inside the cabin, you are given a big dosage of opulence and luxury. When you look at the dashboard layout, it just looks fantastic and rich at the same time. Lots of wood finish, which you would expect in a luxury car, then soft leather and these glowing lights with a very nice texture, which by the way are customizable in conjunction with the ambient lighting system. So depending on the mode you choose or the ambient lighting settings you go in for, these will change colors statically and dynamically both. The screen itself, well, it's part of one single unit and it's a 14.9 inch touchscreen here for the center console. The instrument cluster screen is 12.3 inches and in terms of clarity, well, both are brilliant. In terms of touch response, very fluid. Visibility is great irrespective of the lighting conditions. That said, they are connected. They give you a lot of connectivity features. So using your phone, and I'll show you even the app, it works brilliantly. You can just simply use the app and get access to a lot of features for the car. You can sit at home and get the information in terms of whether the doors are locked or not, what kind of range do I have. If you want to pre-activate cooling, you want to find the location of the car, you can do all of that using this app. Yes, it gets Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, but the one thing I don't like about this, which is very similar to what I had with my previous long-term vehicle iX50, was the fact that the entire user interface is very fiddly. So to get a lot of things done, you need to get into the screen. Now, for example, if I'm just driving and I'm at the home screen and I want to, close one of the blinds. Now there's a button to close the blind. So I press this, but then I cannot close the blind simply because then I need to go. That opens this menu and then I can select one of the options here, close all blinds, open all blinds. So it's unnecessary, work for the driver to take his or her eyes off, get onto the touch screen. So yeah, I mean, that's something that will take some time getting used to. But again, seats, very good, very comfortable. And of course, in terms of space, no problem at all. The entire cabin is built with high quality material. The Bowers and Wilkins audio system sounds great, looks great with this metallic finish, and well, I would say the i7 is a great cabin to be in, which just looks brilliant and looks even more brilliant in the night. Now, before I go ahead and talk about the back seat, which is where most of the i7 owners will be spending their time, let me tell you about one more cool feature. This car has got automatic doors. So using this button, it will swing open, and using the same button, it will close completely on its own. So they are motor driven. Of course, they have sensors. So if there's a car parked nearby, they'll only open partially, or if the obstruction is closer, they will not open at all. So that safety has been factored into. Also, when you're walking into the car, when you open it for the first time and get into the driver's seat and press the brake pedal, in that case also after a few seconds, the door will automatically swing by and close. So yeah, I mean, that just makes sure that wherever you go, your entry is always very dramatic. And I think i7 is all about creating a drama in a good way. But in the i7 at the back, you will enjoy one of the best seats in this segment. Now, unlike many other cars where a petrol or a diesel car is converted into an electric car, like this is, you have a regular petrol diesel 7 Series and then an electric version. The electric one suffers from compromises in terms of space or seating comfort because of the battery pack placement. Nothing like that in the i7. You still get great seats, great amount of space, and well, I mean, it's just a brilliant place to be in. These soft pillows at the back are really comfortable. You've got this cushioned armrest, which again has a wireless charger, and you can also keep a lot of stuff here in this cabinet. Beyond that, on both of the doors, you have a 5.5-inch touchscreen, and you can use that to control pretty much everything, right from the entertainment to your the climate control settings, the blinds, the lights, everything can be controlled using these. But if you're wondering if that's all about the screens at the back, no, it's not, because the party piece of the i7 is this. You go into the settings and a 31-inch 8K screen folds down, which of course you can change the placement, you can adjust it, and the quality of display on this is simply insane. You can program this car to your SIM, I mean using an eSIM, so it can run its own native internet connection. You can connect a Fire Stick, and you can also use an HDMI cable to simply plug it to your phone and then play media onto the screen. So, I mean, a lot of options, and I think it just adds to the overall theater effect of this car, which no other car in this segment can match at this time. And yes, I mean, beyond that, when you are in a theater mode, you know, this entire panoramic sunroof with these patterns also light up, and the kind of light show you get inside this cabin is beyond imagination. So that is something that will keep you and the occupants in the back space very, very happy and comfortable. And having such a brilliant large screen to watch your favorite entertainment at the end of the day or during a long journey is just a blessing. However, this blessing comes with a curse, not for the occupants, for the driver. Because when you have the screen folded down, the IRVM is totally useless. The display that you get from the rear is non-existent. You can only use the ORVMs, and this is where I think BMW missed the trick. I mean, in a car of this price and segment, it's not something new to see camera display onto the IRVM, and that's something BMW could have done, which would have covered for this. But yeah, I mean, as long as you're confident your driver can drive with just those two ORVMs, I think this is just brilliant to have. And as far as comfort is concerned, if you thought that is it, no, the i7 still has many tricks up its sleeve. One of the main one being which we all commonly refer to as boss seat, where the front seat collapses completely, moves ahead and gives the passenger on this side a lot of space. So all you need to do is go into this touch screen. That's it, and it will take about 40 seconds for the entire operation to happen. You can see the seat is moving forward. Well, the idea of traveling like this, pretty close to a business class seat in a jetliner, that's one of the reasons why you buy a car in this segment. And in this posture, the i7 delivers to the T. It's a brilliant place to be in. So let's talk about the driving part now. And although most i7 buyers will be spending majority of the time in the rear seat, at the end of the day, you should know what kind of driving experience this car offers and what kind of range you get, what is the operating cost, etc. First of all, the numbers, well, it has a 101.6 kilowatt hour lithium ion battery placed underneath the body, of course, and you get a realistic range. I'll not go into the claimed range and all of that. I'll tell you what we have experienced because this is a long-term review. According to my testing, you should get about 420 kilometers on a single charge if you're driving this as, like a luxury car should be driven. But if you are going to enjoy the power, the boost function, the range will drop and you will get just about 400 kilometers or lesser depending on the way you drive. So give or take around 400, a bit plus or minus is what you'll get on a single charge with the i7. In terms of charging options, well, when you buy this car, BMW will install a complimentary 22 kilowatt hour home charger at your home, your office, wherever you want it to be placed. And using that charger, you can, charge this car up to full in about 5 hours, which is great, which means you don't even need a full night to charge it. And topping it up should be just a couple of hours. So that really adds to the overall practicality and just sort of takes away all of the range anxiety issues. What about when you're traveling from one city to other? Like I said, 400 kilometers of range, decent enough. You should be able to get most of your one-sided journeys done without any problem. That said, the infrastructure is only improving as we speak, and BMW now has a concierge service for planning your charging requirements. So apart from the fact that you can use the app that I showed you earlier on the phone, and using the inbuilt system, you can now just use the BMW concierge service, tell them when you want to go, where you want to go. They will plan a route for you which will utilize the best possible chargers on the way. They will also ensure that they are working, and accordingly you can plan what percentage of battery you want to reach your destination with. So say I'm going from Delhi to Jodhpur, and I want to reach Jodhpur by evening after an early morning start, and I want to reach there with at least 40% battery left. All of that will be planned by them and sent to you. So that really makes it very easy to operate BMW electric vehicles now. And how is it to drive? Well, 545 horsepower, 745 Newton meters of torque, and let me tell you, these are supercar numbers. But you need to keep in mind that this is a large car. Like I said earlier, it's like a naval carrier. It also weighs like one. It weighs more than 2.6 tons. And still, despite that, it will do the 0 to 100 in less than 5 seconds. It's very quick off the line. In sport mode, it just launches off in a rapid manner. And even roll-on acceleration is great. You can easily reach high triple digit speeds. Maintaining speeds of 140, 150 is very easy for this car. So yes, acceleration, speed, power is not an issue at all with the i7. The only thing you need to be wary of is that when you're enjoying all of this power, the range will drop dramatically. And helping that range drop more dramatically is this brilliant boost function. So unlike many other electric cars where you have paddle shifters for adjusting the regen, here you have only one paddle which activates the boost function, which means for 10 seconds, the electric motors give their absolute everything to you and you get maximum acceleration. Sort of like the NOS or the nitrous oxide function we see in petrol cars, if you will. So yeah, I mean, it's quick, it's really fast. At the same time, it's got a decent range. In terms of ride quality, it's just brilliant. It just glides along the way. The suspension just sort of irons out every undulation on the roads, even bad surfaces, those nasty potholes, expansion joints, everything is dealt with in a very, very impressive manner. So yes, it is a very comfortable vehicle to be in. No matter whether you're in the front seat or the back seat, you are just going to love the way the i7 rides. In terms of handling, well, like I said, it's a big car, and despite that, it moves fast and it can really handle speed. Straight line stability, of course, is not a problem. It's a heavy car, low center of gravity due to the battery pack. So yes, no problem at all. Comes to a confident stop when applying emergency braking. Around corners, it can go around wide sweeping corners at a fast speed. It also has rear axle steering, so the rear wheels go up to 3.5 degrees in the opposite direction of the front wheels. That not only helps handling but also comes in handy when you're trying to take those tight U-turns. But still, whether it's through U-turns or fast sweeping turns, you cannot deny or just ignore the size and weight of this car. It will show, but at the end of the day, the 7 Series was never designed to go around corners. It was not designed to go around track. So yeah, if you want something that's really comfortable but fast at the same time on expressways and highways, the i7 does the job. Alright, so now on to the pricing. Now keep in mind that i7 is not a very competitively priced product. I wouldn't say it's cheap at all. It is quite expensive at 1.95 crores ex-showroom, and well, one could argue that there are other cars in this segment, electric luxury cars that cost significantly lesser than the i7. But let's accept the fact that no other car in this segment has the kind of features and wow factor like the i7 does. I mean, it's not just about that massive screen at the back, but everything in the i7, it's just about wow. It's about just giving people a perception of amazement, and that's what I love about the i7. And it's not just fancy things that won't do anything. At the end of the day, some of you might say these are all theatrics or marketing gimmicks, and to an extent they might be, but at the end of the day, they all add to the user experience, and that's exactly what someone buying a top-end luxury car wants. As far as this being electric, is there a limitation? I don't see so, because most people who can buy a 2 crore rupee car would have space, would have parking, which means you will have a dedicated home charger. That should take care of a majority of your charging requirements. And when you put into perspective all of these things, the way this car drives, the way this car gives you brilliant luxury. Yes, there are some shortcomings. Like I said earlier, the user interface is a bit fiddly. Also things such as, regen. If I wanted just the regen, I can't do it using paddles. I need to go into the touchscreen, make multiple adjustments, and then adjust the regen level. But good things too. If you are going to need extra ground clearance, which you will in this car, it's got 136 mm by the way. You just press a single button here to raise the body by about 20 millimeters. So you then go from 130 to 156 millimeters, which should take care of most speed breakers. I'm going over one right now without using the lift feature on the suspension. So lot of hits, some misses like we see in many other cars. But when you put into perspective everything that the i7 offers, I think I will go ahead and make a statement that despite it having a design that one might not end up loving, despite it having some shortcomings, and despite it having a high price tag, if you want a luxury electric vehicle in India, this is the best on sale today. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, press that little bell icon so that our videos can reach you on time, and do not forget to share it as well.